So I'm just going to chat to you guys, find out what they've been up to, find out what their plan is for 2015, because 2015 is a really exciting year for the all-new Bewiser Kawasaki race team, headed up by a man who's very popular in the world of racing, 2011 DSB champion Tommy Hill. Tommy, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about your racing career.
I've been riding bikes since I was 6 years old. I've had a major involvement in British Superbikes, winning the championship here in 2011, and yeah, it's all changed for me now. You know, I've been always involved in the racing industry. I decided to take a bit of a break from the sport in 2012, and sometimes wish I was back riding the bike actually, to be fair. But it's yeah, I mean, I've taken a switch now to team management, put a team together with Alan, and got introduced to Andrew Dunkley from Bewiser, and two and two put together, and yeah, we devised a new British Superbike team. It's something that I've always been intrigued with. You know, I've worked with so many professional teams, teams that have been supported by the factory, teams that have had a lot of sponsorship, and you know, I hear a lot about what the sponsors want, what they require, and it intrigues me, and I'm setting my goal to try and make sure that I can do it right, try and keep all the sponsors happy, and manage a team.
So you're heading out on Monday for your first test in Spain. What is your role as a manager going to be?
You can call it control freak, or you can call it managing a team. It's been a difficult time for me and Alan. You know, we've put everything we can do into this, and I want it right. You know, and that's the difficult thing that I've struggled with. To be fair, you know, I've been relying a lot on suppliers, which isn't the easiest thing in this sport. There's a lot of new teams next year, and a lot of people are after parts for the bike. So we've done everything we can do. Our hands have been tied on a lot of stuff, but as long as I can promise something to our sponsors and give back what we promised at the start, then you know, we've achieved our goal. But ultimately, yeah, we'll be going testing next week. The bike, as you see there today, is in all its glory. We're just doing the final preparations at the end of this week, and the vans will be setting off on Monday morning to go to Spain with Danny and Chris and the rest of the team. So it's exciting times. Believe it or not, I'm actually probably more looking forward to this than actually riding. You know, I just want to get the wheels rolling and work with the team, the riders, and make sure everything's right. It's not just going testing for the riders, it's going testing for the team, the infrastructure, make sure the mechanics are right, and go from there and come back with a big long list ready for the first round.
And obviously, Tommy, you know what it takes to win this championship. What are you going to be feeding to Chris and Danny? I mean, I know Chris has got a wealth of experience already. Danny, national superstock champion for last year. What can you give them as well?
It's not really what I can give them. You know, I respect both riders. I mean, you know, Chris was, I suppose, one of my idols, and now he's racing in our own race team. So, you know, we've got a young guy and we've got the older guy as well, and you know, we've got a great mixture of riders and talents there. So it's exciting times for everyone that's involved in the team, and for me to be involved with Danny and Chris, it was a goal for me to make sure that we bring a young rider into this team. I see so many young riders out there with a lot of talent don't get the opportunity, and whether it's to do with the politics side of the sport, they can't find enough money to come into a team. You know, I wanted to make sure that my goal was to bring a young rider into the team, and we've got Chris as well, a lot of experience with a lot of teams. He's been involved in this championship for a lot of years, and myself as well. So, you know, hopefully we've got the right ingredient to win races. You know, there'll be certain times where I would want to be involved, but I'll make sure I step back. You know, there's times that you don't need to talk to the rider, there's certain issues that they need to deal with at the time. So all we can do is try and build a good bike, good package for everyone that's involved, whether it's a sponsorship, the riders and mechanics, and try and do a good job. That's the plan.
So first race of the season, do you think you're going to be more nervous than what you would be sat on the grid?
Probably not. I'm actually quite enjoying this side of the fence, not smashing myself to pieces. I've had a fair few amount of injuries, and yeah, I think you know, the first round's always it's a difficult one for the team and the riders. I mean, you know, from the riders' point of view, it's freezing cold generally. It's normally snowing the day before you get out on the track, and for me, I've always approached the first round just try and get the first one out of the way, really, get some points in the bag, and then look to the latter part of the season. You know, it's a 12-round series, and it's a long season. So for me, it's just making sure that everything's right from the team point of view, and yeah, just go from there really and build. You know, I want to make sure that I can provide the riders with what they want, and I'll hold my hand up if the bike isn't as it needs to be. But I think I can safely say that we've got a good package and it's as good as anyone else's out there. And if it's not, let's fix it, you know, and improve it.
Tommy, can I just say how bloody awesome that bike looks? One thing I was quite surprised about was the fact that, can I say bloody? I haven't said bloody for a long time. It's a green. It's a Kawasaki ZX-10R and there is no green.
Yeah, as I said to you earlier on, it's a kind of political answer or a non-political answer. I think for me, you know, we've got a great bunch of sponsors that are involved in the team. I'm very crucial about the branding. You know, I've been running the design business since I was 17 years old, and I think it's crucial for me to make sure I offer each sponsor what is realistically available. You know, nothing more. I've seen it in the past where certain things have been done and it's not right and it's fallen out of bed. So for me, I just want to make sure that, you know, our branding is key, you know, and it's key to selling in retail with Dickies. So yeah, for me, I wanted to try and keep everything very corporate looking. I love the owl's eyes and the yellow and black, and everyone used to mention to me as well about the swan bike that I used to ride for. The yellow used to stand out, so I thought let's introduce a bit more yellow, get the riders standing out a bit more on track, and hopefully promoting sponsors as well.
Now, Alan Greig, team principal, you've had 6 years' experience in the Superstock series, is it? Was BSB always the plan for you?
Yeah, of course. I think anybody that comes into this sport aspires to move up to the Superbike Championship, and I was running a stock class in 600cc, 1000cc for 5 years. We had some reasonable success in that. In fact, we nearly won the championship last year, but it wasn't to be. And Andrew from Bewiser approached me towards the end of last year, asked if we were ready to step up to the Superbike Championship. And you know, here I am now sitting next to Tommy, who's done a fantastic job of all the design work and putting that bike together. You know, we're ready to go racing in the biggest domestic championship in the world, so exciting times ahead.
And when I was chatting to you at the London Bike Show, you said that you're going to take a bit of a back seat this year and let Tommy manage the team. And what will your role be then? Will you be organising?
Yeah, well, I'm here for Tommy when he needs me, but as you can see from the look of the bike, he doesn't really need any input from me. But when we sat down with Tommy together, Tommy's got obviously a wealth of experience in how to win a championship for a start. So we decided then that he would take a management role in the bike, and you know, I've left him alone to get on with that. I've been working in the background on building the hospitality side of the business, and I'll be managing the hospitality, welcoming the guests, and look forward to obviously seeing you all there during the course of the year. Managing the admin, and you know, I'm there for Tommy when he needs a hand with anything.
And keeping control of the bank balance as well.
And just tell us a little bit about this truck that you bought. This all singing, all dancing truck.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that, because it's not a truck that we could afford, not a truck that many teams could afford, but we managed to do a deal over 3 years. But we've purchased the Formula One Marisha truck that's only about 8 months old. It was a truck that they commissioned in March of last year, so it's absolutely immaculate. And it's got all the bells and the whistles. I keep discovering new buttons that does new things every day. I'll go down and have a look at the truck. So while the team's out in Spain testing, I'll be getting that all wrapped and ready to turn up at Donington for the first test.